Now, I understand this is going to be a little bit of a dense amount of information in this particular lecture, but bear with me because it is important to understand this, especially as you move forward in order to create your personal learning plan, all right? You also will be able to go back and look at this. Remember to download the script for the lecture. All right, so your preferred learning style, this is how you learn. They alter your experiences, they identify the method with which information is retrieved, they can even change your chosen words. Now, these preferred styles guide an individual's method of intaking information, how information is processed, as well as how you retrieve the information from your memory. They also change the way that experiences are represented. Did you realize that? That your learning style can even change how information is recalled and the words that you have? Now, research demonstrates how different learning styles will actually use different parts of the brain. By involving more of the brain during learning and utilizing more of these senses, you're able to retain more information. So let's find out your learning style, and we're going to enhance that entire learning experience. As we move forward, I feel the need to really look at some of the strengths and weaknesses in relying on learning styles, especially as you're going to encounter them, and you're also going to hear some debate on whether or not they should be used. Now, a careful evaluation of the underlying purposes to understand one's learning preference really needs to be considered while also gaining a knowledge of that learning style. You can rely too heavily on a learning style, which will cause some dilemmas because students stubbornly refuse to reach out for additional opportunities or to learn outside of their comfort zone. For instance, you might be willing to say to an instructor, "I'm sorry, I can't do a group project because I'm an independent learner." You want to still be able to reach outside and to participate in that group project, but you're going to use the skills and the strengths you have learned in order to manage that situation. Study skills can become a crutch as well, and they use them as an excuse instead of an asset. This approach can even create preconceived ideas when it comes to learning, and it boxes individuals into stereotype. It can actually label or shackle a learner if not really carefully managed. Students have even been noted to blame failure for learning because it was not taught within the confines of their learning style, or how the information was presented differed from their preferred learning style, and they can use it even as a type of a self-fulfilling prophecy. So now that you've seen some of these weaknesses, let's look at the strengths to understand the importance of learning styles. In contrast now, these strengths will balance the scale to use these learning preferences. The methodology aids individuals in an understanding of themselves as learners and increases self-awareness. Now, learning styles additionally increase self-esteem, the learning effectiveness, motivation, as we've already talked about, and even retention of information. They will give learners a locus of control in their educational environments. So instead of walking into a classroom and feeling completely out of control, you will walk in armed with tools that aid you in controlling that situation. Using these learning styles, a student may even morph an inactive learning situation into an active, engaging opportunity to. Now let's look at that classroom. In turn, we want to use a hands-on laboratory and encourage learners to expand their preferences, test new hypotheses, even link prior knowledge to new knowledge through a process of scaffolding. Now, through this usage, students feel empowered in that learning process. But what if you're in a classroom that does not have that hands-on opportunity? Well, now that learning really falls into your lap. You are going to need to become more efficient and effective at managing your learning. Let's look at some of the most widely used theories today